Time for Game Time Live on the sidelines here at FedEx Field. Preseason game number 2. Redskins and Detroit Lions kicking off at 7:30. I'm Larry Michael. A hot, humid day here in the D.C. metropolitan area. And whether there's a forecast of rain or not, this game will kick off at 7:30. And it's great to be back for another year on the sidelines here for Game Time Live. I got a very special person I want to introduce. He is a close personal friend of mine, the one and only Lou Holder. And Lou, before we get to this game, I want to fill the fans in who are coming to the stadium this year. Halftime's going to be something special.
Yes, it's going to be something special. You and a bunch of the people with the Redskins have changed some things around, and I'm going to be up in the production control room at halftime giving out-of-town scores. Going to be giving the red zone highlights. Everybody loves those red zone highlights. And we're going to have special guests that are connected to this fabulous history of the Washington Redskins. Every home game starting with tonight.
Well, it's great to have you here again, and give us your outlook on this game. Obviously, Redskins won the first preseason game. They are preseason games. You don't want to lose anybody to injury. That was the case last week. Give us a preview of today's game.
Well, a preview is just like you said, Larry, staying healthy. We don't want any people getting hurt. It's good to be back at FedEx. This was a place that needed to be more of a advantage for the Washington Redskins, and it starts tonight. It starts tonight with preseason. Everybody who's coming through here, this is a team that they should take care of. They should take care of every team that walks through here, starting with tonight.
Well, let's step aside over here and let Alex, the Captain Diamond, take a look at some of the action on the field. I know.
We need the drone.
He can run a drone, but he needs a license now. We understand he needs a license. There's Robert Griffin III right there. How much pressure on him tonight?
Well, I don't think there's too much pressure on him tonight. I think the pressure is during the week for him to make sure that he is, keeping his wits about him. I think that everybody knows that he's the starter and he can just play in this position. I think the fact that he's a brand new father and a lot of things is maturing Robert, and I think that we're just going to see more and more maturity from Robert Griffin III.
Well, it's great to be on the sidelines here at FedEx Field watching the guys warm up. Colt McCoy is going to get the second team reps here tonight. Not sure if we're going to see Kirk Cousins. And there's a battle at number 2. And Coach Jay Gruden said open competition for the number 2 job. Kurt looked pretty good in game 1.
Yeah, Kurt did look very good in game 1. And Colt McCoy, we know what he did in Dallas last year, but he's learning like everybody else. It's the NFL means not for long, and you got to keep continuing to perform. So although he won in Jerry's house and played very well, hey, Kirk Cousins is the number 2, Colt is the number 3, but that could all change in one game.
I want to ask Alex to focus in as quickly as he can to Joe Barry, who's standing right in front of us. That's the back of Joe Barry, talking to 2 of his linebackers, Will Compton and Adam Hayward. And the defense is supposed to be very aggressive this year and get into the quarterback. We saw Preston Smith get there last week. Again, preseason game, but in a general sense, what do you expect out of the Redskins defense this year?
I like what I saw this year, and the Washington Redskins went out in the offseason and did just that. They concentrated on that defense, making that defense more solid. I can't wait to see pot roast, and I can't wait to see all the parts together doing their thing. I'm really looking forward to seeing this defense hold opponents to a manageable deficit so the offense can go in and do their thing.
That's Joe Barry, defensive coordinator, and as he moves out of the shot, you can see the wide receivers warming up. We'll take the focus back on the quarterbacks because isn't that where it is all the time? RG3, first game. I guess if this man in front of us, Pierre Garçon, would have caught that ball last week, the reviews might have been different. He doesn't catch the ball, and Robert now played solid, I think, last week, but he wants to get in the end zone tonight.
Absolutely, and coulda, woulda, shoulda about drop catches, all that stuff. But I will say this, that the wide receiver core looks good. I'm really concerned about the tight end position, Larry, as you and the whole Redskins nation is. Those are solid people that are going down in that very important position in Jay Gruden and most people's offenses. So, but I think the offensive line is going to be the key. It always has been in the NFL. If you can open up holes for people and protect your quarterback, the offense will move smoothly. So what they did, getting Brandon Sheriff and other offensive linemen to work together, that's going to open up the running game, the passing game. Robert's going to feel like he doesn't have to run on every single play, and everything's going to start to come together.
How is it that you're wearing a suit and you're not sweating in this humidity?
Because I learned from the Larry Michael School that you got to be cool under pressure. Don't ever let him see you sweat. Whether you're wearing black, blue, red, purple, don't ever let him see you sweat. Look at Clinton Portis, Larry. Look at Clinton Portis.
Hey, he's right there in front of us. There's Clinton Portis. Portis doing the sidelines.
What's it like having him back on the sidelines doing stuff?
Well, Clinton's back with the Redskins. He's working for us. You're going to see him around town. He's going to be on several of the Redskins Broadcast Network shows. And, hey, nobody ran harder than that man, Clinton Portis. And now he is in our business, Lou.
Remember the first play from scrimmage against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when he went right through on the sideline? That was great. Larry, I did want to ask you one question before I depart.
Yes, sir.
The whole training camp, the stuff that people that are listening, watching us on internet can't get except through your eyes. What is not just the physical, the mental place where this team is right now? After going 4-12 last year, going through a training camp, you can attest to anybody else what the mental state of this team is second year under Jay Gruden.
Well, I'll tell you what, you kind of purge it after a year. Win or lose, you have to purge it. And for the Redskins, it was a necessity to put it behind them, losing year. And talking about Richmond, what a great way to bond. And we're there for the 3 weeks, and you have every meal. You wake up, you see the guys at breakfast, you see them at lunch, you see them at dinner, you see them at practice. And we're just on the periphery, the announcers, like you and me. Players really develop a close bond. I think here comes Pierre Garçon right in our face.
Yes, that's what you get.
Nice catch. Don't forget.
Live presented by Verizon, right?
Free plug for Pierre. Spinfire Pizza. Check out Spinfire Pizza if you're in Ashburn, Virginia. I think Pierre heard me, too. I think he did. Here, they're coming right at us, so let's keep our eyes and ears open here for what's about to happen. These guys, Evan Spencer, rookie out of Ohio State, coming right at us. Lou, thank you so much. We'll look for you in a halftime show.
Thank you so much, Larry.
All right, Lou Holder, the great Lou Holder. Now we're going to invite Andrew Walker from Redskins.com in. And, Andrew, you got to keep an eye on the football here. You got a lot of stuff going on here on the sidelines.
You know how athletic I am. I'm very athletic. I can get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you're primed for another season. I can see by taking a look at you if you've been training diligently for what lies ahead. Here comes Deshaun Jackson our way. Jackpot Jackson with the catch. What do you expect tonight, Andrew? You're around this team more than most members of the media. You live at Redskins Park, in fact. What do you expect tonight?
Well, preseason game 2, it's obviously just a measuring stick of how the team's progressing. Game 1, out of the offense, did you see what you wanted to see? Not necessarily, maybe, 2 drives and a field goal. But like you mentioned earlier, if Robert and Pierre are able to hook up on that long 60, 65-yard touchdown pass, they're going to be looked at a lot differently. So you're just looking for progression from the offense and a continuance of what the defense did with a low yards per play type average against the opponents.
Let's keep the focus, Alex, on the center of the field and Robert Griffin III. And we talked to Lou about it. Everybody's got an opinion. And, again, you're there more than most people. You've got an inside look at what goes on at Redskins Park. And he met the media this week, felt he needed to make a clarification on something that he had said. And, in fact, I thought that the bond built in Richmond has really shown up over the last week. It's been 3 days at Redskins Park. Tell us about the chemistry of this particular team.
Well, you have to look no further than Niles Paul's Instagram post today. He posted a picture of him driving the little cart at training camp with Silas Red on there, Darrell Young, a couple others on there. Said it was, the best camp he's had in his years here as far as bonding, getting to know each other, getting better as a team. So that's everything that you want to hear. That's everything you need to know about how things went. And, hope Niles is doing well. He had surgery today. And
saw the picture on Redskins.com that he had posted on Instagram, and he's got such a big family. You saw them all in his hospital room. All the best to Niles Paul. We're thinking of you, buddy. About the Redskins defense, what do you expect tonight? Got a Detroit team that has an outstanding offense, a rookie out of Nebraska, Amir Abdullah, Joik Bell on the PUP list. I mean, there's some names here you might not be familiar with, as the great Alfred Morris walks in front of us. Matt Stafford, one of the better quarterbacks in the league, playoff team last year. What about the Redskins defense specifically tonight against the Lions?
Yeah, well, you talk about it. They have many more weapons than the Browns do. You didn't even mention Megatron, Calvin Johnson, probably be on there for a drive or two, just like last week. But what I'm looking for is more. I'm really going to watch Preston Smith tonight because he had a heck of a game.
He really did.
He was in the backfield all game. Trent Murphy was in the backfield the whole game. Maybe it didn't register a stat or two, but he was really disruptive. So I'm also going to keep an eye today on the outside linebackers, Jackson Jeffcoat. I feel like he's had a pretty good camp. I feel like he did a couple good things last week, so I want to see if that continues. And, of course, Houston Bates, this guy comes in, gets a couple straight sacks in a row, kind of stopped the drive for the Browns last week. So I'm kind of keeping my focus on those pass rushers and seeing if Joe Barry mixes things up as far as blitzing. They do it a lot in practice. Will it carry over to the game?
Two more quick things with Andrew Walker. Don't forget, Redskins.com is where you get all the latest Redskins information. Check the Redskins out on Snapchat, Instagram, you name it, Facebook, Twitter, a lot of information for the hungriest fans in the NFL, Redskins fans. And you always have your keys to the game. And in this game, there are 3 keys: avoid injuries, and avoid injuries. I hope I didn't steal your thunder.
No, and you could say that every preseason game, well, any game for that matter. But we've touched on some of them. One we haven't touched on, the tight end depth. Talking about it's Doc Walker walks in our shot. Yeah. Talking about the tight ends, but you sign a couple brand new guys, and Ernst Brun Jr., DJ Williams, in the past week. Those guys are to help the depth. You have Jordan Reed out today with sore hamstrings. So you look for guys to really step up that really don't have the experience. This is where they get it, and this is where they get their confidence and get their legs under them. Also, will Tom Compton catch a pass? I'd really like to see Tom Compton catch a pass in the flat and just take it 60 yards for a touchdown.
We're going to see your boy Ryan Kerrigan. I believe not. I believe Preston Smith's going to start tonight.
That is correct, and Ryan's hoping to play. Clinton Forrest. Ryan hopefully playing next week. It's just a precaution. He told me just going to keep him out. Had that little knee scope in May, so going to keep him out. Maybe he'll play against the Ravens and sack Joe Flacco a couple times.
All right, Andrew, here's the promo, your opportunity here to tell the world how great the work is at Redskins.com. Redskins.com has a big newsroom operation, always cranking information. Tell us a little bit about that before you step aside.
Right, well, we got our newsroom there at the park in Loudoun County, Virginia, heart of Loudoun County. But, we try to work hard, get what the fans want. Follow us on Twitter, at Redskins, Instagram, at Redskins, Redskins Snap on Snapchat, and, of course, Redskins on Facebook. Those are our main places where you'll find some really cool, exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff. And, of course, Redskins.com for all the stories.
All right, thank you to Andrew Walker. Does an outstanding job leading the guys in the newsroom. And a reminder, coming up on Sunday of this week, it is the Loudoun County Open Practice. Yeah, there's going to be a fan day at Loudoun County right there at Redskins Park this coming Sunday. Practice starts at about 1:30. The doors open sometime around 11:30. So if you're watching this online and you're in the D.C. area, kind of a give-back type of situation in Loudoun County. The fans there are so hungry to see the Redskins in person. And with training camp down in Richmond, which was a huge success again this year, you've got a lot of fans who want to see the team up close and personal, and they'll get a chance to do that this Sunday. This Sunday, August the 23rd, an open day of practice for the fans in Loudoun County and around the DMV. If you're in Maryland, Virginia, or the district, come out to Loudoun County at Redskins Park and check out practice this coming Sunday. That's going to do it for us. Kickoff at 7:30, the 19th preseason meeting between the Redskins and Lions. Kickoff at 7:30. Thank you so much for watching Game Time Live. I'm Larry Michael, and we'll see you next time.